call it 867-1213. It's a caring place for people and plants. It's Kenny's Place.
Ocala's information station, 1370 WOCA. Ocala.
Last guest was a guest we've had in here before, and our next guest is a guest we've had on with us before, Hillel L. Presser. One day he'll be in the studio with us. Hillel is an attorney, and you know what I didn't ask? I didn't ask what the word adjunct means. I never know what this word means. An adjunct faculty member for law at Lynn University. He's the founder of the Presser Law Firm, and he's written a book called Financial Self-Defense, How to Protect Everything You Own from Everyone, Every Time. Good morning, Hillel. How are you?
I'm doing great. Good morning, and thanks for having me today.
And where are you? Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from South Florida, Boca Raton, Florida.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. I forgot you were down that way. What does adjunct mean? Every time I have a guest who's an adjunct professor or something, what does it even mean?
Adjunct essentially means not full-time. So it's someone who probably works professionally, has their own business, but, maybe once or twice a week might teach or do something of that nature, but not on a full-time basis.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm glad I finally understand what that means. All right. Financial self-defense. Now, are we talking about getting insurance, protecting myself from thieves, or something else?
No, so asset protection, is not insurance. It's not any financial product. Essentially, asset protection is the legal process of titling all your personal and business assets properly to put them beyond the reach of future potential threats and creditors. So everybody works so hard, whether it's to retire, give money to their kids, give money to their favorite charity, but unfortunately, one lawsuit can wipe you out. You could be in a car accident, someone can slip and fall on your property, and you can lose everything that you worked so hard to obtain.
Yeah, so that's scary.
So what we do as asset protection attorneys is we want to protect any asset a client has from any financial threat and make it as difficult and expensive, if not impossible, for anybody to come after them that they don't even want to sue our clients in the first place.
The first thing that would happen if somebody was to slip on my sidewalk, for example, and all of a sudden I'm faced with a lawsuit, is I'd have to get an attorney. If I couldn't afford an attorney, how would I protect myself?
You really wouldn't, and that's the unfortunate thing in our country. They make it so easy and cheap to sue. In order to sue, you can get any attorney that'll work for you for free on a contingency fee basis. But to defend yourself could cost tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. So you really want to be proactive and protect everything that you have. That way you can look at the person threatening to sue you and say, so sue me. Even if you beat me, you can't collect against me. I'm not the low-hanging fruit.
I didn't understand the last part. I'm not the what?
I'm not the low-hanging fruit.
Oh, the low-hanging fruit. Okay. All right. So, are there, for example... and this, for the listeners, there is not a what do you call it? This is not a, what do you call it? Infomercial. That's not what this is. But I'm going to say a word that you hear in infomercials. The prepaid law thing. Is that what this is, or is there something about that, or what do you think about it?
Prepaid law is more of when you pay an attorney a monthly fee, and they kind of act as retainer. If you need something for a speeding ticket. This is totally different.
Okay.
Asset protection is a one-time thing that you do, just no different than estate planning, putting a will or a trust together to make sure that you're protected. That's all.
So it's paperwork that you file?
Correct. So, for example, if you have a bank account in your personal name, well, if you get sued for anything, you can lose it. If you would have properly titled that bank account in a legal protective entity, if you get sued, nobody can take it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
No different with a piece of real estate. If you have a piece of real estate in your name and you get sued, somebody can take that piece of real estate. But if you properly and proactively titled that piece of real estate in a legal protective entity, nobody can take it. So it's just putting a layer of protection around everything you own.
All right. Now, since you are in Florida, I have a Florida-specific question regarding that. In the state of Florida, the way I understand it, your homestead can't be taken away from you, but your investment properties can be. would this protect both your homestead and your investment properties?
Correct. So there's nothing you need to do with your primary home if you're a Florida resident because it's protected by Florida state law. However, any other real estate you own, whether it's a vacation home, a rental property, or an investment property, if that's in your personal name, you could lose it. So you would want to take all of those pieces of real estate, with the exception of the primary home, and wrap them in legal protective entities. That way they're asset protected.
If a person has a life insurance policy and then there's a divorce that happens, can that person take his life insurance policy and make the beneficiaries their children, and then does the ex-spouse have claim to it?
Depending on how the life insurance policy is set up, normally somebody can change the beneficiary. The only exception would be if the life insurance policy is not owned by the individual and it's owned in an irrevocable trust. At that point, you would not be able to change the beneficiary, but in most cases you can. And certainly after there's any change of circumstances, whether it's a divorce, whether it's having a child, whether it's you made more money or you made less money, you always want to readdress both, not just your asset protection, but your estate planning as well.
Yeah, because you'd think you'd want the children to be the beneficiary. That is the only thing that makes sense to me.
Sure, but you also have to protect the children from themselves. You want them to be the beneficiary, but what if at the time you die, the children are going through a divorce, or the children are being sued for a car accident? So rather than the children themselves being the beneficiary, maybe you create a trust or some sort of protective entity on behalf of the children.
Oh, yeah.
That way you could protect it against any of the children's creditors as well.
Oh.
All right, so let's take it another step. Let's say I have a corporation, a small, like a small little company, but I've incorporated it. Talk about that. Could I protect myself through my own corporation, or is this separate from that? And I guess the third kind of question, all in one, is this similar to that?
It's similar, and it's probably one of the biggest misconceptions we see. People create corporations because they want to protect their personal assets from any business debt and liability. And for the most part, a corporation will do that. But when I go speak across the country and I ask everyone what their biggest asset is, they always tell me it's their business, because the business is what provides the cash flow, pays the credit cards, pays the vacations, the kids' school tuition, et cetera, et cetera. So while the corporation will protect you, your personal assets, against the business debt, if you own a corporation, like an S Corp or a C Corp, if you get sued personally, again, whether it's a divorce, a car accident, a slip and fall, somebody can actually take the shares in your corporation. And if they take the shares in your corporation, they can vote, hire, fire, liquidate the bank account, really just get rid of your business. So while a corporation is great because it protects your personal assets from business debt, you have to make sure that you protect the shares in the corporation, so when you get sued, nobody can take your entire business.
All right, before we wrap it up and give websites, let me just ask you one quick question. I want to turn it around on you as an attorney. Let's say I have fallen and I have decided I want to sue somebody, but they have asset protection. I guess that's how I ask you, right? Asset protection. I go to you and I say, hey, I'm having a hard time. I fell on this guy's sidewalk. It was clearly his fault. They've got asset protection. What can I do? Can you break through that protective barrier?
The joke I always give my clients is we get paid in full up front, because once we protect you, even we can't collect against you. But no, I mean, hopefully, if they're protected, they become uncollectible and judgment proof, which doesn't mean you don't pay. But if that can help a client settle a case for 5, 10, 15 cents on the dollar, we've done our job correctly. And don't forget, hopefully that person who slipped and fell can still go after the insurance company, which is fine. That's why we pay for insurance.
Yeah, right.
I just don't want them taking what my clients have worked so hard to obtain.
Well, my goodness. What you said earlier really was a powerful statement, that we can sue each other so easily, but it's very hard to protect ourselves once we have somebody filing a lawsuit against us. Good information, Hillel. Thank you for being on the air. Give us a website so we can look deeper into this.
The website is www.assetprotectionattorneys.com. And if anybody goes to the site and contacts us and mentions your show, I will send them the latest book that I authored on asset protection free of charge.
Okay. Well, that's a nice offer. Thank you, Hillel, for being on the air with us. Just real quickly to repeat it, it's assetprotectionattorneys.com. Attorneys is pluralized. And plus, if you can't write it down, won't remember it, just go to WOCA.com to the guest list, and you'll see Robin already has that on there at the 10:05 slot. Plus, it'll be part of the video that we'll post on YouTube at 2 o'clock today. Thank you, Hillel. We'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. It'll be mostly cloudy today with a couple of showers and heavy thunderstorms in the area. Watch for flash flooding. The high today 85 to 89. A shower and thunderstorm early tonight. Lingering clouds later tonight, though 70 to 74. Tomorrow, times of clouds and sun with a couple of thunderstorms around, especially in the afternoon. High 87 to 91. Saturday, more clouds and sun with a couple of thunderstorms. High 87 to 91. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Joe Lundberg.
Are you in need of custom screen printing, embroidery, or promotional items? Then look no further and come visit the brand new Legacy Team Sales. LTS is conveniently located off 17th Street next to Armstrong Homes in beautiful Ocala. We offer the best prices and highest quality products for your company, team, school, or nonprofit. Whether looking for screen printed shirts, embroidered polos, or travel team uniforms, you'll be sure to find it at Legacy Team Sales. Come visit our new 27,000 square foot facility. Our friendly and knowledgeable sales staff will assist you in every part of your custom purchase. LTS carries the hottest brands in the industry like Under Armour, Russell, Mizuno, Asics, Badger Sports, Gildan, Pacific, Ogio, and many more. At LTS, screen printing embroidery is done in-house and we guarantee customer satisfaction. Stop by, give us a call, or check us out on the web at shoplts.com. Remember the name, LTS.
If you're anything like I was, the thought of getting older was the last thing on your mind. But here we are. For me, it started slowly. The lack of energy. Never being in the mood. And when I was, I could never perform at my best. I tried the pills and other treatments with minimal results, and all but given up on my sex life. Then, I found the doctors at New Male Medical Center. Wow, they made a new male out of me. Feel like I'm 25 again. I have renewed vigor, so much more energy, and no longer worry about my performance. New Male treated me like my situation was one of a kind, with a custom treatment plan that really works. I feel great. They can create one for you too. It does not matter if you suffer from low testosterone, erectile dysfunction, or just want to last longer. New Male will help you.
Call New Male Medical Center today at 352-404-4779. 352-404-4779. That's 352-404-4779. It will change your life. 352-404-4779.
What are the most common questions those nearing retirement are asking? Will I outlive